Kia ora guys, welcome back. What we are learning to do today is to plot coordinate pairs on an axis. As you can see, there are 5 ordered pairs on the left-hand side of our screen. What we are going to do is to plot this information into our X and Y axis here. So by the end of the video, all of the information over here will be plotted onto our graph. Before we do this, there are a couple of things we need to remember. Firstly, we need to understand that the horizontal axis, the side-to-side axis, is always our x-axis. So we're going to label that there so we remember. And then if we look to our vertical axes, our up and down axes, that is always called our y-axis. So I'll also label that so we remember. This information does not change. Horizontal is X, vertical is Y. Now we know this and we have our labels, we can start plotting our coordinate pairs on these axes. So we start with our first number here. The first number is always X. It's always going to be on our vertical axis. So what we do is we head over to the middle because this is our center, our starting point. This is 0, 0. So we, like as I said before, we start on our X axis. And it is a positive 4, so we go over here to our 4, and then what we need to do is look at what our y-axis is asking for us, and we'll label that too so we remember, and it's a negative 5. So we're here currently. Do we need to go up or down? If we have a look, we need to go down into the negatives. So we find where 4 meets negative 5 and we plot that on our axes, and then we need to label it. So it's 4 and negative 5. Perfect. It's our first one done. So we'll move across here and see what we're looking for on our x-axis. It's a 0. So that means we just start in the middle. We're going to start in the middle of our graph and we're going to go down to negative 3 because that is our y-axis. And we label that on the line because our first axis is 0. So we don't need to move anywhere. And we can label that 0 and negative 3. Oh, it's a bit messy. Sorry about that. As long as we can read them and we know what's going on, that's perfect. So next we come over here and we have a negative 5. So we start in the middle, move along our vertical x-axis to negative 5, and then we're going to go down to negative 8 along our vertical y-axis. And we're going to plot that point where they meet, and we're going to label it negative 5 and negative 8. All right, now we pop up here, do the same thing. Our x-axis is negative 9, so we start at our middle and we pop, we start in our middle and we pop sideways to negative 9, and then we're going up 8. We're going up our y-axis to number 8, and we plot where they meet, and then we label that. So we went to negative 9 on our x-axis, and then we went 8 on our y-axis. Perfect. Okay, last one here. They're both positive numbers. So we will start in the middle. We will go along our x-axis to 5. And then we are going up our y-axis to 7. I'm going to plot where they meet and label it. Perfect. We have successfully plotted our coordinate pairs on the axis. Good luck with your mahi, guys. I hope that helps.